Carol, can you give me an update on Pride of the Valley?
Our bus?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Some people have been discussing our bus. Our bus was recently in a small accident, and as we reviewed that, there was discussion about whether or not we should maintain having a bus of our own. We are the only area agency on aging in the state that has their own bus. And a recommendation was made to us that we discontinue using the bus, and we are reviewing that recommendation to see if that is what we should in fact do.
And where did that recommendation come from?
It came from the county safety committee, the county safety committee.
Okay.
I can speak to that a little bit. So, and that recommendation was to sort of review whether or not this is still a good thing. The bus is 18 years old, so from a maintenance perspective, it has had occasions where it's broken down, you know, away from home, and then they have to find a relief bus to come and pick them up and so on. That has happened. But as she said, there was an accident where I think a pole and a vehicle and so on were hit by our bus, and of course that was covered by insurance and so on. But some of that is a result of a difficulty of finding drivers who are available, qualified, and so on, and you know, to get someone who is just available on call to say we have a trip in 2 weeks or whatever is hard to find. And essentially what we're doing is running a mini little charter operation there, in that we book the bus for a trip. The costs are then divvied up among the participants to pay, you know, I don't know what's a typical
It's based
fee.
on mileage. I think it goes from maybe $6 to $18 based on the distance.
And so, you know, from the safety committee's perspective, this looks like something that could be done with a charter company. So that's the recommendation, is to take a look at that.
For-profit business.
You know, replacing that bus is a few $100,000, and at the time that bus was purchased back in 2000.
It was 2000.
There were funds available for it. There was a donation fund, I think, that over the years had accumulated, and they were able to use that for the bus, but there isn't anything like that anymore. So this would have to be purely a county expense to replace that bus. So those are the things that have factored into taking a look at it. So
I'd certainly, based on just the safety side of this thing, and that makes sense to me, that if you have difficulty finding a driver to begin with, and you have a bus that's aged, that's a bad combination to me for the safety perspective of our citizenry. So I'd rather have it in the hands of a vendor that is in business for that purpose, and then we know that things will be done properly.
for a long time, we had a driver that was, he treated it like it was his own bus.
Stanley.
He treated it like a baby, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he washed it every time, and he cleaned it out, and he was always available, and he kept after the maintenance, made sure that was all done. But if, you know, we've had a combination. We've had some Lebanon Transit drivers who would fill in. We've had some of our own that we would just employ, and it's just becoming difficult to do. And a mixture of drivers is A, a reliability issue, and B, a qualification issue if you're, you know.
And actually, the usage of the bus has declined since those days that Jamie's talking about, when we had that one gentleman.
How often does it get used recently?
I would say currently we're taking maybe 8 trips in a month, as opposed to maybe 15 years ago when the bus was going out maybe 4 times a week, especially in the summer months. During the winter months, because of the weather, the bus doesn't travel much at all.
I think there may be a message in there that if we're the only county in the state that's doing that, there's probably a reason that that's the case. So, okay, it's good thing to be looking at.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I have.
All right. Thank you very much.